Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here. All right, the holiday catalog has finally released. You can totally purchase these products. I no longer have to say this will be available September 4th because it's available. So I'm using Everything's Festive and Boo to You and some layering ovals. We've got some basic black cardstock, 2 pieces. They are cut at good grief, what are they cut at? 7.5 by 7.5. And then I've got 4 pieces of the Monster Bash Designer Series paper cut at 3.25 by 3 3/4. 4 pieces of Gorgeous Grape cut at 3 3/8 by 3 7/8. All right, so we've got our 7.5 by 7.5 basic black cardstock, and you are going to score at 3.5 and no. You're going to score at 1/2 inch, sorry, 1/2 inch, and then 4 inches on one side, and then 3.5 inches on the other side on both of them. So you're going to do them both exactly the same. And don't be stressed if you can't catch all the details as I'm sharing them here, because there are measurements below the video. There is also a downloadable PDF at the, not at the bottom of this, on my website. So if you visit my website, there's a link below the video to my website. You can print the PDF for free and get that as well. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things we need to get out of the way. I am doing tons of giveaways the entire month of September on my Instagram, my YouTube, my Facebook. Lots of ways to get free goodies from me. So you're going to want to check all those things out. If you want to get something free from me from YouTube, my little gifty goo, then you need to make sure you comment and subscribe to my channel. So comment on this video and I will choose 2 winners next Friday. And then the following Friday we'll choose 1, and so on and so on. So here you saw I used tear and tape adhesive to put these 2 pieces together, and then I'm going to add all my layers because it's just easier to do it without the box being put together. So all my layers are going to go onto the top of my box. So the top of your box is the piece that's 4 inches high. The bottom of your box is the part that's 3.5 inches. So you want to make sure that you are putting your layers on the correct areas and that you are putting your box together so that everything lines up correctly. So the 4-inch tall panels are the top of the box. The 3.5-inch panels that you cut on the score lines are the bottom of the box that make up the tabs to close the bottom of the box. So all I'm doing here is adding the layers with my snail adhesive, and then we're going to remove that other adhesive and put the box together. All right, so the giveaways, let's talk about those. On Instagram, I'm doing a weekly giveaway of red rhinestones, and if you comment and follow me on Instagram, you get entered to win those. And then at the end of the month, I'm giving away a Stamparatus. So you know, you're going to want to comment, because the more you comment, the more you're going to be entered. So that's my big grand prize giveaway at the end of September. On September 30th, I'm going to choose a winner for the Stamparatus. And so make sure you're following me on Instagram and that you comment on my giveaway days. And I've already posted it over there, so make sure you go find that giveaway thing. And then the second way is be part of my Facebook Lives. I choose winners during my Facebook Lives for giveaways. I do a VIP winner every week. Anybody who places an order with me of 25 or more gets entered into a special giveaway just for my VIPers, and then those people get chosen from and entered to win. Okay, the last place that you can get something totally free is when you place a $100 order with me. You get $20 in free product of your choice. So the order has to be $100 before tax and shipping. And then you need to email me with the $100 or with the $20 in product that you want free, and I will order it on September 15th. So, whew, that's a lot of stuff. Do you feel exhausted? Because I do. Anyway, what my goal is with all of this, because you're probably like, what are you doing? Why are you doing all these giveaways? I really want to get my Instagram followers above 10,000, because when you do that, you get extra functionality with your Instagram that you don't have otherwise. And you're able to do different things with it, and you just don't have that if you don't have over 10,000 followers. So that's why I'm trying to get 10,000 followers on my Instagram so that I can do more fun things on there. And I would really like to hit 30,000 YouTube subscribers, and I'm pretty close. So if you could subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Instagram, tag a friend on Instagram. And if you don't have an Instagram account, that's okay. You just won't get to participate in that part. Or you can go start an Instagram account, whatever suits your fancy. Links to my Instagram, my Facebook, all that stuff is below, along with links to the products that I have that I'm using here today. And yeah, now we're going to get into some fun stamping and coloring, and I'm going to go back and forth between telling you about the quinceanera that I attended and this adorable box with all the monsters. So I'm just stamping all these monsters on Whisper White thick cardstock ovals, and this is from the Boo to You stamp set. And I'm going to stamp them with Memento Tuxedo black ink so that I can color them with my Stampin' Blends. You all know Stampin' Blends are like my very favorite to color with because they're easier than Copics, but they give that nice alcohol marker finish. So I love them, love them, love them. All right, so we're going to get busy coloring, and we're going to use Highland Heather. And as always, I go over the areas that I want to be darker first, and then I go in with my lighter marker and blend everything out. So anywhere that I want shaded or darker, I use the darker marker and then go back in with the light one. And that's basically what I'm going to do here with every color that I use. So just watch me do that, and we're going to chat about some other things. So on, let's see, August 31st, which was last Saturday, I attended a quinceanera. So for those of you who don't know, that is a 15th birthday party for a young lady who is Hispanic, Mexican, and she is one of my best friend's daughters. Her name is Emma. That's who the birthday was for. And her older sister, Leslie, actually had her quinceanera a few years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago. They're pretty far apart in age. So this was my second quince that I attended, and it was amazing, like they all are. If you've never been to one, you need to figure out how to go to one because they are incredible. So it starts out, and I don't know if this is the same for all families, but this is how it is in the Avalos family. So it starts out with just getting to hang out. They brought a really cool like icy truck that wasn't regular ices. Whoever these people were that made these were the best ices I've ever had in my life. And they were like with real fruit and real juices, and they had fruit cut up on top. They were almost like smoothies, but not smoothies because it was with ice. They were really delicious, and they had them in like strawberry and banana and coconut and mango, and they had all this gorgeous fruit like cut up and preserved. It was just amazing. So that was something you could go get, and all this is free. Like the family pays for all these things, okay? So you could go get that. My daughter was in heaven. The decorations were stunning. They were very traditional Mexican colors, like the bright colors mixed with gold, which was beautiful. The tables had blue tablecloths with the really brightly colored runners. And then my friend had made paper flowers for all of her centerpieces, and plants and little dolls to go in the top. Big flowers for the cake table. The cake was absolutely gorgeous. 3-tier cake, and it was stunning. I never have seen anything like it, to be real honest with you. There are pictures over on my blog. So if you want to see pictures of all the stuff I'm talking about, visit my blog and you'll see it there. So I made his one eyeball green, and then the other eyeball I'm going to kind of decorate weird. And I'm using ivory for his skin tone. I probably should have added a little bit of purple into his skin tone to make him look bruised and disgusting, but I kept it pretty classy because it's supposed to be cutesy. And his hair is gray. So all of these I'm keeping with Highland Heather and Grammy Apple Green. So back to the Quince. So it started with a mariachi band, and her dad came out and like walked her around so that everybody could see her in her beautiful dress, and everybody clapped, and they have these gorgeous big fancy dresses for their Quinces. I'm sure they cost what a wedding dress costs. I mean, they're gorgeous. And so he did that, and then they sang a song together. And then she has kind of like a court, like her girls that are like part of her Quince with her. And those girls then took the time to do a choreographed dance that they all practiced for and everything. So that was really cool and neat to see that. And she had her sisters in it. Her older sister sang a song for them. And then they did they had another band come that was, my friend just called it a Mexican band. I don't know what that really meant, but it wasn't a mariachi band. So there was another band that came separate. They had a mechanical bull there for the kids to ride and have fun with. The party lasts like 2 days. Like literally they start partying and then party for 2 days. They have a religious ceremony the day before that is part of the tradition of it all, that is kind of like a blessing on her. Then they do a really traditional thing where her dad takes her shoes off that are like boots or tennis shoes and puts high heels on her, and it's like a coming of age thing. It's just an incredible thing. If you've never been part of one or seen one, I'm telling you, look it up online and see if you can find some photos. It's really incredible. And so after all of that, we ate. Actually, I take that back. We ate first, and then we had all the ceremony stuff. So we ate, and they made chicken mole, pork mole, and birria, which is goat. And it's incredible. The food is just absolutely incredible. First of all, I live in California. So in California, we are so incredibly blessed to have such a strong Hispanic influence, in my opinion, because the food is phenomenal here. And I have been to other states where they think they're eating Mexican food, but it's really not Mexican food. I don't know what it is, but it's not Mexican food. So California has like the best Mexican food anywhere besides Mexico, in my opinion. So I want to go back to the cart or the project here. I am using a Granny Apple Green Stampin' Right marker, and I'm coloring on the top of this stamp set, and I'm going to color with Gorgeous Grape on the bottom. So you need to know that if you are coloring onto a stamp like this and you want to make it two-tone, you can color directly onto the stamp with a Stampin' Right marker, but not the blends. If you do this with the blends, it's just going to stain your stamp and it won't stamp across and work. Stampin' Right markers are water soluble. They're dye based, so like they move off the stamp just like ink. So then you see I got that really cool No Tricks Just Treats image, and that is going to go on one panel of this box. So this box just is going to have a bunch of panels on it. Each side has a different monster, and then there's a sentiment on one side, and I'm probably just going to fill it with candy and give it to somebody. I don't know who, but I just think it's cute. And this was the idea I came up with because I wanted to use all the monsters. And frankly, for Halloween, you cannot have enough like goodie things. Now, I don't really make Halloween cards because honestly, the only Halloween card I send is to my little nieces in Montana. Sometimes I send them a Halloween card along with a goodie, but I don't really send Halloween cards. So generally when I'm making something for Halloween, it's going to be a 3D item, some sort of box or favor or goodie that somebody could receive something inside of. So that is what the finished box will look like. Okay, so back to the Quince. So we had a really great time. It was blazing hot. Sister came and her husband and her 2 kids. And I think that they had fun. Like, they seemed to really enjoy themselves, but it was really hot. And I think had it not been so hot, it would have been a little bit more enjoyable. But it was super hot to sit in the heat. And we didn't stay very late. We left around 8 o'clock because it was getting dark. And I had my kid with me. And if I had been by myself, I probably would have stayed way later. But that's what you do. So, all right, there's the box. How cute is it? Don't you love it? If you want to shop with me, shop at shoploveandstampin.com. Leave me a comment below to be entered to win the giveaway next week. There'll be 2 winners for next week. Comment on my videos all week long to be entered in more times. Click either image that you see here to watch those videos, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.